So good morning, guys. And today we are going to discuss about like Azure, Admin, and DevOps. So before going to discuss about like Azure, AWS, or GCP, whatever the technologies, cloud technologies, first you need to know what cloud computing. So do you have any idea about the cloud computing? So what is meant by cloud computing? Any idea? So cloud computing is nothing but we can purchase the server through online. We can store the data, access the data, and process the data. So what is meant by server? What is meant by server? Guys, please unmute your audio. Arvind, Satish, Rani, Sivarshini. Please unmute your audio.
Server is nothing
Yeah.
but maintain the databases.
Yes, server is nothing but, so we are going to store the data, right? For example, I can, server is nothing but we can store the data. So what about the data we can store? For example, you can take like website. For example, you can see the folder in my computer, right? Azure demo, right? You people can able to access it. Can you able to access these files and folders from my system? Is it possible?
No,
No, it's not possible. When it is possible, Arvind?
If you give access to us, it is possible.
For example, let's see like if you take like a website, right? For example, if you take like Facebook or Twitter, right? So I can take it like website, right? You can take a website. So what are the files which are contained in a website? Can I call it like web files? Can I call it like web files? For example, in my, okay, let it be. I'm having one website. I have developed a website. So I have created a website. I kept that website files in my computer. You people can able to access that website. You people can able to access that website. What are the website I have created and I kept the files in my computer. You people can able to access it. Guys, am I audible?
Yeah, yes.
When you can able to access, I can keep all these files in a server.
Server.
From the server, you can able to using the internet. Without internet, you are not able to access it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Customer, right? You can call it like customer can able to access it, right? So whenever you keep the files, let me see like if I keep the files, what are the files in my computer? When I keep this file in a Google Drive, you people can able to access it, right? Yes or no?
Yes. We can access.
When I kept these files in the Google Drive, you people can able to access it. Why? Because the Google Drive is nothing but a server. Got it?
Okay.
Yeah. So website is nothing but when a server is nothing but it's a big computer. So generally you can see like computer configuration i3, i5, i7, right? Like this, you have like 4 GB RAM and 1 TB hard disk. The server is nothing but a big computer. So you're going to have the high-end configuration. What are the configuration you're going to have? Like 100 CPU cores, 100 GB RAM, and 100 TB hard disk. Yeah. For example, I want to start a e-commerce website. For example, I want to start a Flipkart business. So I need to have a website. I need to keep all the files in a server. From the internet, the users can able to access it, right? It's clear. There are two types of servers. What are the two types of servers? These are very basic and these are very important also when you're working in an organization. Why? Because in the organizations, there are legacy applications are there. Few applications is going to deploy in the on-prem. We have the two types of servers. What are they?
Public and
On-prem servers and cloud
clouds.
servers. What is it? On-prem servers and cloud servers. For example, what is mean by on-prem server? For example, I want to start a Flipkart business. I need to have my own website. So website is nothing but I used to have the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I used to have all the files. I used to keep these files in a server. From the server, the user can able to access using the internet. So on-prem server means I need to have my own data center. I will start my own data center. If I want to start the own data center, what are the things I need to have? I require the space. Yes or no? I need the equipment.
Yes.
I need the manpower. I need the networking team. I need the firewalls, storages. We require all these things, right? This is on-prem data center. This is nothing but on-prem data center. I have deployed my Flipkart application in this on-prem data center. My server can able to access only 1,000 visitors. How many visitors? My server can able to manage how many visitors? 1,000 visitors. Every day I have my own website. I have started, I have deployed my application in the data center. Daily I'm getting less than 1,000 visitors. So it's going good. Unexpectedly, what I did means I give in like 50% Dasara offer. How many percent? 50% flat, 50% Dasara offer. Will I get the same number of visitors? Regularly I'm getting like 1,000 visitors. My server can able to manage only up to 30 up to 10,000 visitors. If I'm giving like 50% discount, will I get the same number of visitors?
No, you will
No,
get more.
it's will increase.
Regularly I'm getting like 1,000 visitors. For example, if I'm giving like 50% flat discount, for example, I'm getting like 10,000 visitors. So to
The
manage the
server is down,
10,000
right?
visitors, what I need to do? Yeah, that is a answer. Okay. So my server can able to manage only 1,000 visitors, but I'm getting like 10,000 visitors. Then what I need to do to manage the 10,000 visitors?
Uh,
We need to increase our space, equipment, manpower, networking, firewall, and storage. Everything, right? Yes or no?
yes. Yes. Yes.
So generally, how many days the offers will be given?
3 to 4 days.
3 to 4 days, right? Is it right decision that for 3 to 4 days I'm going to increase my space, servers, equipment, manpower, storage, everything? Is it a right decision?
Yes.
Is it a right decision? After 3 days, I'm not having any
No.
business. For whole year, I need to pay the money for whole year. I need to pay the salary for the manpower. I used to pay the money for all the equipments, networking, firewall, and storages, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it a right decision?
No.
I tell you the general example. For example, in regularly in your home, you can able to stay 10 to 15 people, right? For example, if you have some event or function, you'll get a relatives and all, right? So no, you'll get like 100 members. Is it right decision for others 100 people you're going to purchase the hotel?
No.
Is it
No.
a right decision?
No.
No.
No, you will take it as a rent, right? For 2 to 3 days, like 10 to 20 rooms, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
The same thing here also. Before 2009, you can see that if you visit any website, server is busy, server is not reachable, server is not responding. You can see these type of issues before 2009. After 2009, nowadays we are not able to see those type of issues, right? Very rare scenario, right? Yes or no? Are you seeing those type of issues? Server is busy, server is not reachable, server is not responding. Are you seeing those type of issues?
No.
No.
No, nowadays we are not seeing those type of issues. Why? Because every application is deploying in the cloud server. Got it? So cloud computing is nothing but we can purchase the server through online. Online, in the same way you can purchase the server through online. So we can store the data, we can access the data, and we can process the data. For example, if I'm getting like 1,000 visitors, automatically you can increase your capacity to the 10,000 visitors. If I'm getting like 10,000 visitors, automatically I can increase my capacity to the 1 lakh visitors. If I'm getting like 1 lakh visitors, automatically I can increase my capacity to the. Yes or no?
Yes.
I need to get the permission. At least it will take like 1 month to get the permission. At least it will take like 2 months to set up the equipments, to recruit the manpower, to set up the networking, firewalls, and everything. But here, how much time it will taking? It just less than 5 to 10 minutes, right? You can access the data, you can process the data, and you can store the data. It's clear. What is meant by cloud computing? What is meant by cloud computing? Hello. What is
Uh,
meant by cloud computing? We can purchase
we
the
can
server through
purchase a
online.
server through online,
We can store the data.
access the
We can
data,
store the data,
And
access the data,
data.
and process the
and
data.
process the
Got
data.
it? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Any doubts here? Any
No.
questions?
No.
It's clear for everyone?
Yes.
So, so we have the vendors. Who are the vendors for the cloud computing? Vendors for cloud computing. Who are the vendors? So who are the vendors for cloud computing?
Microsoft AWS.
Can you list out the cloud platforms? What are they? AWS is a
Microsoft.
product of
Amazon
is a
Web
product of
Services.
Amazon services. Is a product of Microsoft. Azure
Azure.
is a product of Microsoft. GCP
GCP. Google
is a product of Google Cloud
platform.
Platform. So these we have many other vendors. You have the Joint, you have the DigitalOcean. So we have a different vendors for the cloud computing. It's clear. This cloud computing we divided into two parts. We have the parts in cloud computing. What are they? One is service model. One more is environment model. We have the three types of service models. Types of service model. Can anyone list out the what are the three types of service models? Any idea? What are the three types of service models?
IaaS, PaaS, SC.
Infrastructure as a service,
Yes.
Infrastructure as a service.
Infrastructure as a service,
Software as a service.
platform as a service,
Platform as a service. Software as a service.
software as a service. Infrastructure as a service. What is it? Infrastructure as a
As a
service.
service. Platform.
Platform as a service.
Software as
Software as a service. Okay. Can you tell me the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service? What is the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service? Any idea? So infrastructure as a service, I can take the best example like new flat. For example, I'm purchasing a new flat. So what are the things I can expect from the builder? What are the things will be given by the builder? Hello, are you able to follow me? If I purchase a new flat, what are the things I'll get from the builder? It's a general question, right? For example, if you purchase the new flat, what are the things will be provided by the builder? What are the things you'll get from the builder? Aravind, Satish, you'll get the basic things, right? What are the basic things? Doors, windows, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, bedrooms and
doors,
kitchen.
windows, roof, walls. You'll get the basic things, right? Yes or no? The same
Yes,
thing
yes.
here also. You'll get the servers, storages, firewall. So generally these things you'll get it. When you come to the platform as a service, it's just like a furniture flat. For example, I'm taking a rent of furniture flat. What are the things I'll get from the owner? If I'm taking a rent of furniture flat, what are the things I'll get from the owner?
Like sofa, cupboards,
Yes, it's a general question, right? You will get the TV, refrigerator, washing machine, bed,
sofa,
dining table, right? Yes or no?
yes,
Sofa, cot, everything you'll
Yes.
get it, right? For example, there is a 32 inches LG TV is there, but I'm interested in the 64 inches Sony TV. Will they replace for you? For example, there is a 32 inches LG TV is there, but I'm interested in the 64 inches Sony TV. Will they replace for you?
No.
No, they won't do it, right? Yes or no?
yes,
Why? Because it is a furniture flat. So these are the things we are providing. If you are interested, you can go ahead. Yes or no? Every time when the rental change, they won't change all the things, right? So these are the things we are providing. If you're interested, you can go ahead, right? The same thing here also. You can take the example, best example like databases. So what are the databases? SQL, MySQL, Cosmos DB, MongoDB. These are the best example for the platform as a service. Why I'm telling this platform as a service means databases, we people can able to access the database servers and databases. Under the database, you're going to have the operating system. We people are not able to access the operating system, but we people can able to access the database. Got it?
Yes.
Clear?
yes, please.
And software as a service. What is the software as a service? I can take the best example like hotels. If I stay in a hotel for 3 to 4 days, so along with me, can they allow like TV, refrigerator, washing machine along with me?
No,
I have my own TV, I have my own bed. Will they allow for me?
no,
I will sleep in this only this bed. Can you allow this bed to keep in my hotel room? Will they allow you?
no, they won't.
No, they won't allow. You can take the best example like Office 365, and you can take like web apps, take it like function apps. These are the best examples for the software as a service. Infrastructure as a service means you can make the complete changes. So whatever the TV, what are the refrigerator, what are the washing machine you can want, you can make the changes. Infrastructure as a service means you can make the complete changes. Platform as a service means you can make the partial changes. And software as a service means you does not have right to make the changes, but you can use what are the features are existed. For example, you can see that my Gmail is there. I'm getting all the mails, right? Is it possible to get these mails in the red color? Is it possible? What are the mails I'm getting? I want to get these mails in the red color. Is it possible to give a call from Gmail to contact number? Is it possible? That feature is available. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Gmail, Gmail is a best example for the software as service. In the software as service, you does not have right to make the changes, but you can use what are the features are existed.
Yes,
Is clear? Any questions here?
no,
And we have the three types of deployment models. Three types of deployment models. Can anyone list out what are the three types of deployment models? What are the three types of deployment models?
uh,
Just tell me. Go ahead.
yeah,
Aravind, Satish,
private,
Panindra.
private cloud,
Yes,
public cloud, and hybrid.
exactly. Public,
Private
private,
and hybrid.
Can you tell me the difference between public, private, and hybrid?
Yeah, public is in the sense everyone can access through it. Private for only specific organization. Hybrid is nothing but combination of public and private.
Yes, exactly. So public is nothing but everyone can access. Public is nothing but everyone can access. Private is nothing but limited members can access. And hybrid is nothing but combination of public and private. Aravind, can you tell me the examples for the public, private, and hybrid?
Public, for example, Amazon or Flipkart. Anyone can access to this.
Okay.
For private, specific organizations, for offices.
Okay.
For office mail IDs, only particular employees can able to access.
Okay.
So for hybrid,
And what about the hybrid?
uh, for hybrid, we can take uh, for example, IRCTC, it can able to access for both public and private. Employees can log in and public can also can log in. If I'm not wrong.
Okay. Thank you, Aravind. So public is nothing but everyone can access, right? I can take the best example like cloud server, right? What are the cloud servers? Azure, AWS, GCP, right? Why I'm telling this cloud service as a private, public? There is
Anyone can
these servers are not is not for the particular person, right? For particular individual, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So everyone can purchase the server, right? If you have the Gmail ID, if you have the Gmail ID, if you have the phone number, you have the credit card, anyone can purchase these servers, right? You can purchase the server in AWS, you can purchase the server in Azure, you can purchase the server in GCP, right? Yes or no? These servers are not for the specific person. So that's the reason. That's the reason Azure, AWS, GCP comes under the public. Can you tell me the example for the private on-prem server? What is that? Guys, are you able to follow me?
Yes.
Aravind, are you able to follow me?
Yeah,
Why
yes.
I'm telling the
Yes.
on-prem server? Why I'm telling the on-prem server? When you see the on-prem server, I want to start my Flipkart business. What I did here, I have my own data center. In my office, I'm going to have my own data center. I'm going to have my own space. I'm going to have my own equipments, manpower, networking, firewall, and storage. Can I allow Aravind to deploy his application in my data center? Will I allow Aravind to deploy his application in my data
No.
center? No, I did not allow. Why? Because it is my own application, right? It is my own data center. I'm going to deploy my own application, right? I don't allow any others to deploy their applications. So that's the reason this is a private. Got it? It's clear. But private is
Yes.
expensive and high secure. But cloud platforms are less expensive, at low cost, and secure. Got it? It's clear. What is meant by hybrid? So hybrid is nothing but combination of public and private. Let me tell you the simple example. You can take the ICICI Bank. What is the main motive of ICICI Bank? What is the main motive of ICICI Bank? What is the main motive of ICICI Bank?
For creating the amount in the banks.
You can take the ICICI Bank or HDFC Bank, or you can take the Axis Bank. What is their main motive? Banking, right?
Bank.
Yes, sir. So nowadays, every transactions, deposit, withdrawal, everything we are going to do it by online, right? So their main motive is banking through online. So they won't concentrate on the softwares. They will concentrate only on the banking sector, right? Yes or no? So generally, what are the 3 layers to deploy an application? What are the 3 layers to develop an application? What are the 3 layers? Can anyone tell me what are the 3 layers to deploy an application, to develop an application? What are the 3 parts in an application? If you want to develop an application,
Server storage.
not about the servers, generally in the application point of view. For example, if you take any application, what are the 3 layers?
UA, UA user interface,
Yes. User
database.
interface, what we can call it user interface? Database.
Yeah.
First, generally user interface. What are the things comes under the user interface?
Login credentials.
HTML,
Oh,
HTML, CSS, JavaScript. These are nothing but front end. Yes or no? What are the things comes under the back end? Java, .NET. These are the things comes under the back end. And what are the things under the databases? SQL, MySQL, Cosmos DB. These comes under the database. Got it? Is clear? Hello,
yes, it's
guys, are
clear.
able to follow me?
Yes, yes, yes. Sir.
This is the front end.
Yes.
Front end. This is the back end, and this is database. If you want to develop any application, these are the 3 layers. Database. I can tell you the example. Let me see here. For example, what is a front end? What is a back end means? For example, Gmail login page is there. Got it? It's getting slow. For example, I'm
Then
giving some dummy mail ID. I'm giving some dummy mail ID. Click on next. So what is the error it is throwing here? What is the error it is throwing here?
I could not find the Google account.
Could not find the account. How can it is telling that the could not find account? Generally, we'll store our username mail IDs in the database. Got it? To enter the email ID, we have the front end. We are writing the logic, right? What is the logic I'm writing? The username is, what is the logic here? User is existed or not? Yes or no? That is the logic. To enter the username is nothing but a user interface. It's a front end. And where is my username is present? My username is present in the database. We're writing the logic here, right? What is the logic I'm writing here? Whether that username is existed or not. That is a logic. Got it? For example, if I'm giving this correct mail ID, click on next. Then it is redirecting to the password page. It's clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Hello? So here, when you come to the combination of public and private means, the banking application, the ICICI Bank is also having the front end. They are also having the back end. They're also having the database. In the banking sector, customer information is very, very sensitive, right? Yes or no? Customer KYC or customer balance or deposit and withdrawal and transactions. These are very sensitive information, right? Yes or no? So what they're going to do? They're going to deploy the front end and back end in the cloud platforms, and they're going to have the on-prem. They're going to have their own data center, on-prem data center. They're going to deploy their database. It's clear. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So why? Because if they're keeping the database in the cloud platforms, it is going to make it as a public, right? Yes or no? If they're keeping their database in the cloud platforms, it will be in the public, right? So they are giving the information for the other organization. So that's the reason what happened. The customer information is very important, right? So it's very sensitive information. So what they're going to do, the ICICI Bank is going to have their own server. In that server, they're going to have the database. The front end and back end is going to deploy it in the cloud platforms. It's a combination of public and private. It's clear? Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes.
it's clear.
Any doubts? Any doubts in the cloud computing and service models and deployment models? Aravind, Satish, Bhargavi,
No, no doubts.
Srivashini, Subhashini, any doubts? It's clear.
Clear, sir.
Next, Azure. So Azure, it is a product of, of Microsoft. Established the year 2010, I think so. Was having this centers. So Azure is a product of Microsoft. It is established in the year 2010, and we have the 56 plus data centers all over the world. We have the Azure certifications. So what are the certifications? AZ 900. What is AZ 900?
A basic cloud
900.
concept.
AZ 900. AZ 103.
104.
104. A0203. AZ 301. AZ 400, right? What is in by AZ 900? What is in by AZ 900?
A basic cloud concept.
Fundamental. AZ 103, 104 means Azure admin. AZ 203 means Azure developer. AZ 301 is nothing but Azure architecture. And AZ 400 is nothing but Azure DevOps. Yeah. Yeah. So what is meant by Azure architecture? Any idea? For example, I want to construct a building. Whom I need to approach? If I want to construct a building, if I want to construct a apartment,
Builder.
whom I need to approach first? Builder. Before builder? Before builder?
Expert.
Sorry?
Planning.
Who will give the planning?
Engine.
No. Architect, right? Yes or no?
Architect. Yes.
For example, if you want to construct a building, first you need to approach the architect, right? What is the role of the architect? The architect is going to give the design. First, he will take all the inputs. What are the inputs he's going to take? So, for example, how many square yards of land you are going to have, whether you are looking for the commercial purpose or whether you're looking for the residential purpose, or whether you want like a regular house, you're looking for the duplex house, right? Yes or no? How many bedrooms, how many kitchens, how many halls you're looking for. He will take all the inputs. Based on the inputs, he's going to give the design, right? The same thing here also. If you want to deploy any application, if you want to develop any application, so first, between the client and between the company, there is a business analyst. The business analyst is going to take all the inputs from the client, and based on the client, the company is going to give the design. This design is going to be given by the architect. It's clear? Is it clear? In this design, the admin is going to create an infrastructure. What is the infrastructure? What is meant by infrastructure? So infrastructure is nothing but VMs, networking, storages. So as per this design, the admin is going to create an infrastructure. Got it? In this infrastructure, the developer is going to deploy the application. Guys, are able to follow me? Guys, are able to follow
Yes.
me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
This all the process we are going to automate by using the DevOps. Clear? So architect is nothing but he's going to give the design. The person is going to have like 15 years of experience. This person is going to work as an architect. And Azure admin is going to create infrastructure, and Azure DevOps is nothing but automate the process. Okay. And who is the Azure developer? So generally, so generally the person who is working on the Java, .NET, Python, or UI UX, Angular or React, these person generally we are going to call it like developers, right? Yes or no? If the person is deploying the application in the Azure platform, you can call it like Azure developer. In this course, we are going to learn Azure fundamental, Azure admin, as well as Azure DevOps. It's clear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
And what are the things we are going to learn in the Azure admin, Azure fundamental or Azure admin? Azure fundamental and Azure admin. So admin, first we are going to learn about the creating the Azure account. Then we are going to discuss about like basic networking. What is the basic networking? What is a public IP? What is a private IP? What are the networking classes? And how to calculate the IP address? What is the network ID? What is the broadcast ID? These are the things we are going to discuss in the networking. Then we are going to deploy Windows and the Linux application, Linux VMs. VM is nothing but, what is meant by VM? VM is nothing but
Virtual machine.
virtual machine. What is meant by virtual machine? What is meant by virtual machine?
Client network.
Virtual machine. Machine is nothing but a computer. Virtual is nothing but a not in real, right? It's an
Yes.
imaginary computer, right?
Imaginary
It's
computer.
an imaginary computer. And we are going to learn the basic Linux commands. So what are the commands which are required to work on the cloud platforms? So those things we are going to learn here. And then we are going to discuss about like network security groups. What is that? NH network security groups. What is mean by network security group means? Network security group is nothing but group of network security rules. Network security rule means to allow or disallow the inbound and outbound traffic. Guys are able to follow me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
So if
Yes,
you want
yes,
to
yes.
access any service, that IP address should be allowed in the network security rule. So in this we have the two things, allow or disallow. So by this network security group, we can control the traffic. And we are going to discuss about like firewall. So what is meant by firewall? What is the firewall?
Oh.
Sorry. What is the firewall? Firewall is nothing but extra layer of security. Got it? It's clear. Then advanced security. And it is very, very important, and it is very, very important, crucial and sensitive in the cloud. Firewall is very important. In the firewall, you're going to whitelist the IPs. And what are the IPs you're whitelisting? Only those IPs can able to access this servers. It's clear? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
And we're going to discuss the VNet peering. VNet peering is nothing but to establish a communication between the VMs. For example, if this VM in the same VNet and if it is in the different VNet or different resource group, and how we are going to establish a communication, these things we are going to discuss in the VNet peering. and we are going to discuss the hub and spoke architecture. So what is in the hub and spoke architecture means how we are going to establish a communication between on-prem server and cloud server. Got it? Or if the application is deployed in one server to another server, for example, if you want to establish a communication from Azure cloud to AWS cloud, then how we are going to establish communication. These things we are going to discuss in the hub and spoke architecture. And we're going to discuss the DNS. DNS is nothing but domain name server. Domain name server is how we are going to change your IP into the public IP into the name, and these things we are going to discuss. And we are going to discuss about the availability set. Availability set is nothing but in this availability set you're going to have the zones. You're going to have the availability zones, and this we are going to discuss. And next we are going to discuss about the load balancers. Generally we have the two types of load balancer: basic and standard load balancer. Basic means you can establish a communication between the virtual machine, the same availability in the same subnet. And the standard means you can establish a communication between the different availability in the same VNet. And we're going to discuss about the traffic manager. Traffic manager is nothing but to establish a communication, to distribute the traffic between the virtual machines in the different VNets or different regions. So basic and standard balances means you can distribute the traffic between the virtual machines in the same availability set in the same VNet. Standard means different availability set in the same VNet. Guys, are able to follow me?
Yes.
Vaishni, can you mute? Hello. Guys, are able to follow me?
Yes, Sandeep.
So we are discussing the basic and standard load balancer. We're discussing about traffic manager. Then we are going to discuss about the SSL. SSL is nothing but how we are going to make like HTTP to HTTPS. HTTPS is nothing but a secured, right? If you see any website, you can see the secure here, right? Yes or no? If you go with the Google, right, you can see the secure. Secure means you have the lock symbol here. The connection is secured. Okay. If it is a HTTP, it is not secured, but if it is HTTPS, it's secured. For every application, the secure SSL is very, very important. In the organization, every year we are going to change the SSL certificate. Got it? It's clear.
Yes.
And we are going to discuss about the storage account. So we have a different types of storage accounts, and in this we have the different types of access levels. We have the storage account, blob storage, and we have the queues. You have the tables. Okay. In the blob storage, we have the different types of access levels: blob level access and private access. These things we are going to discuss. And we are going to discuss about like ARM templates. By using the ARM templates, what is in the ARM? Azure Resource Manager templates. By using the ARM templates also, we can create the infrastructure. And we are going to discuss about the PowerShell. PowerShell is a scripting language of Windows. What is it? Scripting language of
Windows.
And we are also discussing about the shell scripting. Shell scripting also is a scripting language of Linux. What is it? Shell scripting is nothing but shell scripting is a scripting language of
Linux.
Linux. And we're going to discuss about the Terraform. Terraform, generally, by using the ARM templates, you can create an infrastructure in ARM templates means Azure Resource Manager templates. Okay, means it's a scripting language of Azure. By using the ARM templates, you can create an infrastructure in the Azure. If you want to create an infrastructure in the AWS, you can use the cloud formation. So, but using the Terraform, you can create infrastructure in AWS, Azure, and GCP also. Got it? Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, it's clear.
We
Sir.
have for
Yes, yes.
PRM templates, we are going to use the Terraform. Most of the organizations, we are going to use the Terraform. And PowerShell. Why are using the PowerShell means you are using the PowerShell to automate or to get the information, or you want to do something automate, then you're going to use the PowerShell. And we are using the shell scripting to create infrastructure in few companies. It's clear. And we are going to discuss about the Azure Active Directories. This is also very important. Azure Active Directories. So generally in the on-prem, you are going to use the Office 365, but in the clouds, we are going to use the Azure Active Directories. What is this Azure Active Directory means? You want to give access, or the new employee join in your team, right? So for him, you have to create a username and you have to give the access. For example, if you take the database, for example, for the SQL developer, you have to give the read, write, and edit permission. But when you come to the developer, you have to give only the read permission, right? For the database. So depends upon the access levels. And if you want to give the, if you want to create a users, or if you want to give the access, this all the things we are going to manage by using the Azure Active Directories. Guys, are able to follow me? Hello.
Yes, yes. Sir.
Yes, yes.
And we are going to discuss about the web apps and function apps. What is the web apps and function apps means? Web apps where we are going to deploy the application, and this is completely software as a service. And function apps, it's like mid-level application you're going to have. We are going to deploy in the function apps. And then we are going to discuss about like backups and recoveries. We are going to back up the data. We have the different types of backups, and file level backup, file and folder level backup, image level backup. So these are the things we are going to discuss in the backups. So we have the recoveries, VM level recovery, and we have like disaster recoveries. These things we are going to discuss. What else? And we are going to discuss about the databases. And I'm going to create SQL databases and MySQL database or Cosmos databases, and how we are going to create a database and servers, and how we are going to access that database by using the SQL Server Management Studio, and how we are going to create a logins, and we are going to learn the basic SQL commands. Yeah, these are the things we are going to discuss in the Azure admin part. Any questions? If you have any questions in the admin part, you can ask me. Aravind, Bhargavi, Satish,
Oh, no.
No, sir.
Shravani, and Subhashni. It's clear in the admin part?
Yes, it's clear.
Next, moving on to the DevOps. What is meant by DevOps? What is meant by DevOps?
It's nothing but a combination of development and operation.
It's a combination of development and
operation.
what are the things comes under the operations? What are the things comes under the operations?
Mm,
Testing and production, right?
yes.
Yes or no? In any organization, we have the three types of environments. What are they? Dev environment, QA environment. QA is nothing but test environment, and production environment. Prod means whether it's a pre-prod or prod, you have the different environments: dev environment, QA environment, production environment. I'm taking the same example here. You can see the login page. So what is the role of the developer? What is the role of the developer? What is the role of the developer? What the developer is going to do?
To develop an application.
Develop an application. He is going to write the code, right? Java, .NET,
Yes.
Python, UI, UX, right? or these were database developer, right? So these persons are writing the code, right? Yes or no? So the developer is going to have the user story. Depends upon the story, he is going to develop an application. For example, here the user story is creating the login page. So based on the logic, the user is going to create a login page. Okay. The testing team, he's going to write the code. What is the testing team do? They're going to test the code. What they're going to do? They give the correct mail ID, click on next. They give the right or wrong mail ID, they'll check it. They click on the forget link, they'll check. They'll click on the link more button, create button. After giving the correct mail ID, whether it is redirecting the password. This all the things is going to be done by the testing team. If you have some other any issues, again it will move for the development, again testing, again development, again testing, again development, finally production. Production is nothing but end user.
Customer.
Got it? So generally we have the different methodologies, right? If you want to develop any application, you have some methodology that we can call it like software development life cycle, right? What we can call it like software development life cycle. What is the software development life cycle? We will follow the methodologies. What are they? Waterfall model,
Agile mode.
agile method. What is the difference between waterfall model and agile methodology? What is the difference between waterfall model and agile methodology? What is the difference between waterfall model and agile methodology? I think so everyone know the WhatsApp application, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So how many features are existed in WhatsApp application? Can you list out the features in WhatsApp application?
Sending the messages, images, documents, audio, transferring the data.
Okay. You can send the text message, you can send the images, you can send the videos, you can keep the text status, you can keep the video status, you can keep the audio status. Yes or no? You
Yes.
can do the group calling, you can make the
Audio call.
privacies, or you can access from the web, you can send the money, you can send the stickers. Yes or no?
Yes.
So there are number of features existing in the WhatsApp application. For example, if you want to develop the WhatsApp application by using the waterfall model, so what they're going to do means, first they're going to list out all the features. The developer is going to list out all the features, and the developer is going to write the code for all the features. Development, again it will go for the testing. If you have any issues, again it will go for the development. Issue testing, development, testing, development, testing, development, testing, development, testing, and finally production. Production is nothing but end user. At least it will take like 3 months. How many months? To develop the basic application, at least it will take like 3 months. In this 3 months, there are many new applications which came into the market, new versions and new requirements from the client. There are many obstacles using the waterfall model. Are you able to follow me?
Yes.
Are you able to follow me?
Yes.
But
Yes.
when you come to the agile methodology, the developer is going to list out all the features, but the developer is not going to write the code for all the features. What is the basic feature for WhatsApp application? What is the basic feature for WhatsApp application? What is the main
So
sorry?
sending messages.
The main feature is sending the text messages, right?
Text
Yes or no?
message. Yes.
The developer is going to write the code for sending the text message. Development testing, development testing, development testing. Within 1 month, the product is going to launch in the market. Again, they'll add one more feature, sending the image, development testing, and production. They'll add one more feature. Again, development testing. Again, they'll add one more feature, making the video calls. Again, they'll add one more feature, doing the group calling. Like this, keep on adding the features, keep on testing and production. This is nothing but continuous integration and continuous deployment. Got it? Got it? Any doubts here? Any doubts here?
No.
So many of you have the question, what is the difference between AWS DevOps and Azure DevOps, right? What are these two platforms, Azure and AWS? AWS and Azure.
Both are
What are
cloud
this?
platforms.
These are the cloud platforms. What is the DevOps? What is
DevOps
mean by DevOps? Continuous integration and
continuous
continuous
delivery.
deployment, right? If you are deploying the application in the AWS, that is nothing but a DevOps. If you are automating and deploying the application, if you are deploying in the DevOps, is nothing but DevOps. Azure DevOps. Got it? It's clear. Let's see like DevOps. Guys, is it boring? Hello?
No.
Are you feeling bored? Guys, from where I'm getting the disturbance? Yeah. Is it clear now? Hello?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. So generally, if you take like DevOps, so when you take the DevOps here, first we are going to discuss about the Git. What is meant by Git? What is meant by Git? Git, we have the two things. One is Git and GitHub. What is it? Git is nothing but a version controller. What it is?
Version control.
Version controller means what are the versions we are going to have. We are going to do it by in the Git. GitHub is nothing but is a repository. Repository means where we are going to store our applications and code. Got it? For example, if I am developing an application, if I save my application in my computer, is it safe? If I'm developing an application and if I'm keeping that application in my computer, is it safe? Is that application is safe? If I'm saving that application in my computer?
No.
No, it is not safe, right? The files may be deleted, the files may be corrupted, the files may be affected with a virus, the file maybe my hard disk may be crashed, right? Is or no? It is not safe. So that's the reason I'm going to deploy my application in the GitHub. GitHub is nothing but a repository. Repository is nothing but to store the application in the, you can see the Git here. Git is nothing but a cloud platform. Got it? Is it clear? GitHub is nothing but a repository where we can store our application and code. It's very easy to share for anyone or easy to update the code. It's clear? Build.
Yes.
Next, build. What is mean by build? Build is nothing but creating the packages. Build is nothing but creating packages or artifacts. For example, if you take the Java, application, will the developer will write all the code in a single file? The Java developer will write all the code in a single file? User interface, database, and code. He will write a front end, back end, and database. He will write all the code in a single file,
No.
multiple files, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So these multiple files you're going to create a packages by using the build, like jar. Where is nothing but web application. Here is nothing but if it is a .NET application, we are going to .exe, .dll. For example, if you see like in the C drive, you're going to have all the application in the .dll format, .exe format. You can see that. For example, if I want to download the Git, download, download Git. I'm going to download the Git application from here. In which format it is downloading here? In which format it is downloading here?
EXE.
Exe format. What is in the exe? Exe is nothing but executable format. What is that? Executable format. Let's see here. Which format it is? Application is
Executable form.
executable format. Like this, for the Python, you're going to use the py builder. Like this, we are going to create a packages. After creating the packages, we are going to test it. Like you have the two types of testing, black box testing and white box testing. White box testing is nothing but we are going to testing the code. So what are the things we are going to test the code? So generally we are going to use the sonar cube. What is that? Sonar cube. Sonar cube is nothing but code quality checker. What is that? Code quality checker. So in this sonar cube, what are the things you are going to check? You are going to check the code quality like vulnerabilities and what is that code? How many times the if condition has used. So we are going to check all the things in the sonar cube. Code complexity, code quality, and vulnerabilities. These all the things you're going to check in the. These all the things we are going to check in the sonar cube. Guys are able to follow me.
Yes.
Next, we are going to have the Jenkins. Jenkins is nothing but is a continuous integration and continuous deployment. So generally, where is my code is stored? Generally my code is saved in the repository.
Positive.
From that repository, I'm going to create a packages in the build. After creating the packages, I can store that. I can check the code quality in the Sonar Cube. I can store this application in the store artifacts in Nexus. So this all the things we are going to automate by using the Jenkins. It's clear. Pulling the code, creating the artifacts, and checking the code quality. Okay, and storing that application in the Nexus, and deploying the application in the Tomcat. Deploy. Tomcat is a website. Okay. So deploy that application in the Tomcat. This all the things we are going to automate by using the Jenkins. It's clear. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is nothing but AWS DevOps. It's clear. So the same thing we can do it in the Azure also. For example, I'm trying to log into the Azure portal.azure.com. You can see the more services. You can see all the services. You can see that cloud services, analytics services, compute services, containers, DevOps, and all these things are there, right? So these are all the services for the admin. And you have the dev.azure.com. Dev.azure.com and sign in. dev.azure.com. Get started with Azure. Like for free. So it's already in Silicon Sun area. It's not more for dev.azure.com. So, Azure.com. Started with Azure. Dashboard. I have some issue with my credit card. Okay. So let it be. So this all the things. Hello, guys.
Yes, yes, sir.
So this all the things. For example, if it is a Linux mission, you have to do what are the things you have to do. You have to create a Linux mission. You have to install the Git. You have to install the. You have to install the Maven. You have to install the Sonar Cube. You have to install the Nexus. You have to install the Tomcat, right? But this all the things we are going to automate by using the Jenkins. But in the Azure DOS, we need not to do all the things. Directly you have the platform. Directly there only you can create a build and packages. Clear? Is it clear? And we are going to discuss about the Docker. Docker. What is in by Docker? Any idea? What is in by Docker? Docker, it is a container. What it is? It is a container. Container means generally, so majorly we are using the Docker for the so what are the advantage of the Docker base? So Docker, we are going to have to create the image, Docker image. So by using so this Docker, it is a container. Generally in the container we can deploy the different applications. So generally we are going to use this Docker for microservices. Why? Because microservices have the number of applications. These applications we are going to deploy in the Docker. Docker is a container, and we are going to create a Docker image, and we are going to have a topic called Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm is nothing but you are going to have the worker node, and you have the master node and worker node. The master node is going to work as a worker node, and as well as master manager node. So it's going to work. Okay. Next, we are going to discuss about the Kubernetes. Kubernetes is a cluster. What is this? Kubernetes is nothing but a cluster. Or we can also call container orchestration. So we have a different container orchestration tools. Container orchestration tools. We have a different container orchestration tools. What are they? OpenShift, Docker Swarm, and Kubernetes. These are the container orchestration tools. Why we are going to use the Kubernetes means we are going to manage the containers. By using the container orchestration tools, we are going to manage the containers. What are the containers? Docker containers. So most of the organizations we are using the Kubernetes. So why are using the Kubernetes means Kubernetes is a highly secure and a highly availability set and a highly traffic management. So that's the reason most of the organizations we are going to use the Kubernetes, and it is also self-healing also. Okay, and we have a different types of Kubernetes: Azure Kubernetes services, AWS means Elastic Kubernetes services, GKS means Google Kubernetes services. Okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss in the Azure DevOps. So we are going to discuss about the Git, and we are going to discuss about the Azure DevOps, and we are going to discuss about the Docker and Kubernetes.